Oh, you look so official, Steve. You look good.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the California Small Farm Conference. Let me just get this set up here. Thank you so much for being here. This is the first round of our lightning sessions. If you're here for the tools and tech lightning session, you are in the right place. And my name is Evan Wigg. I'm with Community Alliance with Family Farmers. I'm really stoked to have you guys all here. And before we get started, I just want to give a big thanks to our presenters today for putting together these really unique, fast-paced, fun presentations, as well as to conference organizers, all of our partners, and of course the sponsors who helped to make this whole event possible. So thank you all for doing your part. Letting everybody know that today's presentation will be recorded. And that at the end of the presentation, you'll see a little evaluation pop up. And so if you could take a couple of minutes there and fill out your feedback on this workshop or in the conference overall, it helps us get ready and prepare for next year's conference to make it even better. If you have any comments, feel free to use the chat function. But today's workshop is going to be a little unique. It's not going to be your typical webinar that you've sat through before. We call these our lightning sessions. And what these are going to be fast-paced 20 slides. So it's quite a challenge for our presenters here, but I think it's going to be a really fun, entertaining challenge. So they get 20 slides, each will show for 20 seconds each. And I think you'll be engaged and entertained, and you'll learn a lot, because we're going to be the topic overall, the theme is tools and tech. We're really a pretty broad spectrum here, everything from online sales tools to drones that drop beneficial insects from the sky, to electric tractors, to climate smart farming tools. So this should be a lot of fun. So thank you guys for being here. Without further ado, I think we're going to start. Steve, do you want to get us started?
I sure will.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up your presentation here.
Okay.
All right.
Am I starting?
Let's get going. Go for it, Steve.
Okay, I'm Steve Heckeroth, founder and chief innovation officer at Solectrac. I've been working on alternatives to burning fossil fuel for 50 years and on electric tractors for 30 years. Regenerative farming, when coupled with the use of renewably charged electric tractors, can significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions from agriculture and slow the pace of climate change. The presentation will focus on the many benefits of electrification of agricultural equipment has on individual farmers and the communities in which they operate, as well as the environment as a whole. Why electric tractors? They offer better performance, quiet operation, lower operating costs, less maintenance, instant torque, no idling, regenerative braking, improved worker and environmental health, and they can be charged from renewable energy. The engine in a diesel tractor is a complicated machine with over 300 moving parts and an efficiency of under 30%. the motor in an electric tractor has only one moving part and an efficiency of over 90%. Many farmers experience hearing loss from long exposure to the 95 to 100 decibels from diesel tractors. Electric tractors can significantly reduce harmful exposure to noise levels in the safe zone under 80 decibels. Farmers are faced with high and unpredictable diesel fuel costs. Electric tractors charged from the California grid can save about 70% on the cost of fuel, and the cost of solar electricity is decreasing every year. According to estimates from Iowa State University, maintenance costs on a 30 horsepower diesel tractor over its 15-year life cycle are about $100,000. An electric tractor maintenance cost over the same time period is only $7,000. The diesel tractors use heavy steel weights on the front bumper to balance the weight of rear implements. Electric tractors can use exchangeable battery packs mounted on the front or rear hitch to serve the same function, with the added advantage of increased runtime. Electric motors have instant torque at 0 RPM and all the way through the slow operating speeds of tractors. Diesel tractors do not reach maximum torque until 2,000 or 3,000 RPM, so they take more time to pull heavy loads. The motor in an electric tractor only runs when you hit the throttle. When the tractor stops, it is silent and no energy is used. The engine in a diesel tractor idles all day long and spews exhaust, wasting energy and making noise. Like the extra battery pack and cordless drill, electric tractors can be ordered with a patented exchangeable battery pack that serves the triple function of added weight for traction, better balance, and extended runtime. An electric tractor can return energy to the battery that would otherwise be lost when you let your foot off the throttle, go downhill, or brake the motor. When you brake, the motor turns into a generator and recharges the battery. Solar energy is now the least expensive source of electric power. When used to charge electric tractors, can provide independence from fossil fuel infrastructure while eliminating CO2 emissions. CO2 emissions from a 30 horsepower diesel tractor over its 15-year life cycle are about 90 tons. CO2 emissions from the grid that charges an electric tractor about 9 tons. Emissions from an electric tractor charged from the solar panels are less than 1 ton. With no emissions, quiet operation, and no particulates on crops or soil, electric tractors can dramatically improve environmental and crop quality, along with worker health and safety. Let me introduce our line of electric tractors. The 25 horsepower category E25 compact electric tractor is a versatile four-wheel drive tractor with power steering and is great for hobby farms, equestrian centers, golf centers, and sports fields, as well as municipal parks. The 40 horsepower category E-utility tractor is the ideal tractor for any small farm or livestock operation and other utility type work. It has standard category 1 3-point hitch and a 540 RPM PTO. The 70 horsepower category E70N is a powerful, narrow four-wheel drive electric tractor, well suited for vineyards and orchards. It can accommodate both category 1 and category 2 implements. We hope you enjoyed this presentation and are as excited as we are about the transition to solar electric tractors for a healthier, safer, and cleaner future. For more information, please check out our website and follow us on social media.
All right, well done, Steve.
Fantastic. I want one.
Well, that was great. And if you guys have questions, you can contact Steve. You can get on his website. Also, we have a Q&A. I guess we have a Q&A function. So you're also able to, you're welcome to post things in there, and we'll see if Steve wants to stick around and answer some of those questions. But I think given the headlines in the newspaper today, I think energy independence and weaning ourselves off of fossil fuels seems to be pretty important, more now than ever before. Really great to see these evolution in tractor technology. I think it wasn't that long ago when most people thought that it was impossible to actually bring electrification to something as powerful and necessary as a tractor. But times are changing and technology is keeping up.
Yeah, everybody says I'm just in the right place at the right time. It only took me 30 years.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. We only wish it had come sooner, but we're happy to have it now. So thank you so much, Steve. And looks like Saul, are you there?
Yes, hi.
All right, you want to take it up?
Are you Evan?
Yep.
Good to meet you. Hey,
All
question
right.
for you. Is the audience seeing the PowerPoint screen only, or are they also seeing me?
They'll see you as well, just on the side.
Okay, because it's in the last talk, the PowerPoint presentation was that small. I don't know if that's what everyone else is seeing. So they're seeing it bigger and I'm in the corner somewhere. Okay, cool. All right.
All right.
Shoot whenever you're ready.
All right, sounds good.
Hold on a second. So I can't see my screen.
Do you see it here?
I see the full screen, but I can't see my narration now.
Oh.
Okay, there we are. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, you say when you're ready.
All right, and go.
Okay, my name is Saul Alba, and I'm a pest management specialist for Beneficial Insectary. We're the largest producers of biological pest control products in North America. My presentation is about how the latest drone and aerial imaging technology can play a role on a small farm. My part of it is providing the predatory and parasitic natural enemies of agricultural pests and teaching the farmer how to use them successfully. It starts with delivery of the products to the farm. We ship overnight from our production facilities in Redding, California. Shipping temperature is controlled based on the forecasted weather conditions during transit. Overnight shipping within the United States save freight costs and stress on the products. The biocontrol products are loaded into the drone, which will release them over the crop. They are first mixed with organic rice hulls as a carrier to make the distribution uniform. They are loaded into the drone's 5-liter delivery tubes. Here's a video. The delivery tubes are perforated and drop the product onto the crop through tumbling. We've done lots of work to ensure that this device isn't hurting the beneficials. This mechanism allows for uniform distribution in the fields, but the rate is adjustable during flight. Video. Once it's loaded, the operator sends it over the crop and delivers the product. The bottleneck is in the refilling of the tubes, as they normally only cover 30 acres. Larger drones are in the pipeline. Last video. Flight speed is 1 acre per minute. We believe the uniformity of a drone application improves efficacy of the product. Also, multiple biocontrol agents can be loaded and distributed simultaneously, further reducing costs. The flight path can be programmed and the drone records the pattern. Uniformity of the application can be verified. With this kind of programming, drones can be flown at night and deliver the products before the workday begins. Parabug is a company that I work with primarily. They hold the patent for the delivery system and they lease the device to other drone applicators. Coordination between the farmer, the drone company, and the Insectary is essential. It's all about planning. The cost minimum is $850, which would be the equivalent of $15 per acre for 55 acres. But what are the labor costs for a worker to uniformly distribute biocontrols by hand? The real advantage is in the labor savings. We have a YouTube channel where you can find more information about our products as well as some instructional videos. One video demonstrates drones applying biocontrol products. The channel is Beneficial Insectary, and the video is drone releases with Parabug in Salinas and Watsonville. KQED, the public broadcasting station for the Bay Area, produces the video series Deep Look, which is about the microscopic world. Their YouTube channel is Deep Look, and the video that they've made is These Mites Rain Down to Save Your Strawberries. Strongly recommended, really good video. Is the cost too much for your operation? Are there not enough farmers near you to piggyback with to reach the 55 acres? How else can drones help the small farmer? They can help the farmer develop a good pest monitoring program. Monitoring is the foundation of a good pest management. How to do this? I have downloaded a free app called Avenza Maps onto my phone. You can upload free or purchase georeference maps of your property. Georeference maps are used on GPS devices to record information using satellite technology. For more customized maps, some large farms will pay to do flyover photography of their fields. For the small farmer, Nutrient Ag Solutions can fly a drone over your plot and take a georeference photo for under $20 an acre. This is what is called an orthomosaic photo uploaded to the app. The app has all kinds of cool functions, but the basic location pinning is what you can use for pest monitoring. Here's one pin used to mark your location in the field. The farmer can use multicolored pins with associated GPS coordinates and numerical grading. Basically, it has the ability to record information that can be used for, among many other things, pest monitoring. In my opinion, there are 3 questions that a good pest monitoring program must answer. What's out there? Colored pin. Where is it? GPS coordinates are assigned to it. How much of it is there? A numerical grade of the infestation is recorded. And all of this information can be exported to a spreadsheet. This GPS data from Avenza Maps can be exported to Parabug's site, should you be interested in using it to help make pest management decisions. Parabug software can communicate with the drone and adjust delivery rate automatically when the drone flies over the hotspots that you have uploaded. Thank you very much. Look us up online at insectary.com. Just fill out the contact form and leave a message requesting to talk to Saul Alba. Check out all of our instructional videos on our YouTube channel, Beneficial Insectary.
All right. Well done, Saul.
Nice
and
job.
I second that that video that KQED did. If you guys haven't checked it out already, after this workshop, just jump up on YouTube and mites rain down on to save your strawberries. It's a really, really cool video and kind of gives you a bird's eye view and close up of what exactly is happening with this kind of pest control. So it's pretty cool. So thank you so much, Saul. Well done in such a short amount of time. So thank you for being here. All right, so if you have questions, feel free to get in touch with Saul or drop them in the Q&A. But we're going to now move from the ground up into the air, and now we're going into cyberspace with Laurie, who's going to be talking about sales software and online tools for marketing and selling with your farm. So Laurie, let's get you all set up.
Okay. Oh, so exciting.
And
Are we set?
let's do this thing.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Laurie Wayne. I'm a former and future farmer. I used to farm at Lukavore Farms in Modoc County, and I'm not sure where my next farm is going to be. I'm a volunteer with the Open Food Network, which is an online platform for hubs, markets, and producers to sell food. My information today is going to be generic. A lot of farmers don't love sales, and they love online sales even less. I totally get that. Selling online doesn't have to be horrible though, and it can actually support every part of your farm business, depending on your strategy and your goals for the farm. I had three main goals when I was a farmer, and these drove my decisions about everything. First, you got to feed people. It's fun and powerful to see your farm name on a restaurant or a school lunch menu or at a local potluck, and that's one way you know you're doing good work. Also, every farmer I know relies on soil health and biodiversity. As farmers, we manage so much diversity, from beetle banks to crop mixes. We know that biodiversity means resilience, and we also know that we can't grow every tomato in Johnny's seed catalog as much as we want to. So management is really about making smart choices. Most of us aren't in this game to get rich, hopefully, but we like to stay healthy, maybe have a family, and be able to take time off. A farm that doesn't let us do that is not a sustainable farm. And it's not really just about surviving. I want to pay my workers and myself a living wage, and I want to keep my money local. I want to be honest and fair in my business, and I want my relationships with my community to be ethical and transparent. So let's call that right livelihood. So those are the goals that drive my strategy. You'll notice that none of the goals that I listed includes anything about tools, but that's obviously how we get things done. Picking the right tool and being able to care for it so it works well is absolutely supports every part of my business goals, which is why I carry a sharpening stone when I go into the field. Do you guys do that? Okay, am I ever going to talk about online tools? Yes, I'm going to start right now. So online tools are exactly about your ability to be responsive to crazy stuff like COVID, and I'd argue that they've earned an everyday place in your tool shed to be used even when things are kind of okay, if that ever happens. Online sales aren't just another way to sell your broccoli. For me, they were a way to support all my basic farm business goals. Sorry about the word pivot in the middle of that slide. And like any tool, they take consideration, time, and care. And you have to understand how they work. Online tools made me a more connected, more prosperous farmers. And there's a ton of online sales tools out there for every size, shape, and kind of farm and farmer. One cool thing about online tools is that they scale pretty easily, and you can turn your little circle hoe into a walk-behind tractor when you're ready without a ton of hard work or expense. So let's talk about how to use whatever online tool you pick to support your goals and how they become important for your strategy. I want to share some best practices with you. And for folks who are listening, please pitch in the chat if you can share some best practices too. I encourage everybody to crowdsource because your farm network definitely has a bunch of wisdom about do's and don'ts of online tools. So COVID changed us in so many ways. And one of them was that people got used to shopping for food online. Odds are most of your customers do that already. So go meet them online. I helped a user set up an OFN shop last week, and she said to me like, hey, this is just like having my own Amazon.com. And, yeah, it kind of is, I guess. But it's really, in addition, it's a doorway to relationships, and it's a way for people to spend the money the way they want in their communities. And it's a chance to tell your story to more people. I mean, people love the UPS driver and they love their farmers too. So not everybody has the time or energy to get to the farmer's market or to find your farm in person. So whether you're selling to a busy mom or a busy chef, online tools can help people participate in your farm's regenerative practices by helping to support you, which is a win-win. You can help people who have found you in person already stay connected by making sure they can find you online. It's totally free to stick a QR code on your signage or your packaging and have it point to your online store. Almost every phone can read them. Your store or website can start to tell your story for you, which is a good time saver and it's good for introverts. So online shopping and social media can be the start of real life conversations and connections, as well as more sales to support your business, because people love to buy extra stuff when they pick up their online order almost every time. The data that Sales Tools gives you is also a way for customers to tell you about themselves. So like a farmer's market, online sales don't have to be just for privileged customers. Online sales can help you diversify your customer base by eliminating barriers like language, cost, mobility, disability, transportation, depending on the platform you choose. So online sales can make it easy to offer your products to more people, and they can be a way for people to find you too. You can get into directories and on maps that highlight your practices, and people will totally seek you out no matter where you are. You can use online tools to team up with other farmers and amplify your voice as well. If you find a platform that lets you sell in lots of different ways, your real life farm network can become an online network of shops and markets. It doesn't have to take a ton of extra management. So the big takeaway is that selling online, like I'm kind of advocating for you to, saying that you could and should do right now, is an integral part of your farm business strategy. And it can really support every part of your life as a farmer. This is the Open Food Network. I encourage you to learn more about it. The QR code takes you right to the Open Food Network website. And yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I totally survived my first fecha. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you very much, Laurie. That was great. So check it out, Open Food Network. And of course, we have at CAFF, we have a whole tech hub that can help farmers specifically navigate all the options and tools and help provide one-on-one assistance and a number of other resources for any farmer who's working with or considering working with online sales and marketing tools. And last but not least, we're going to take it out even bigger, and we're not going to just look at the ground and the sky. We're actually going to look at the whole planet and looking at what tools we have available when we're talking about managing our climate and combating climate change through agriculture. So for this last presentation, we've got a recording from Farmer Campus and CalCAN, and I'm going to cue that up right now.
Hi everyone, welcome to Climate Tools for On-Farm Decision Making. Climate tools can help us make strategic decisions based on historic data and future climate projections. They can give us a snapshot into the future and give us insight into important ways that we might be adapting on the farm. Growers use short-term seasonal climate tools all the time, like the weather app on your phone. Of course, the temperature, wind, and humidity can vary depending on the microclimate of your farm, regardless of what the weather forecast says. When looking at climate change projections, always keep this local variability in mind. So what can climate tools show us? They can show us changes in precipitation, snowpack, temperature, and extreme events based on different climate models. With this baseline data, we can then predict the shifts in drought, wildfire, chill, pests, diseases, and even crop yield. For example, an increase in the number of hot nights can reduce grain yields, increase animal stress, and impact livestock and crop production. Climate change models are now in strong agreement that we are going to see a warming trend over the next several decades. Higher minimum temperatures, for example, can impact the accumulated cold that many tree crops require to fruit. We call this winter chill. Winter chill is a useful thing to measure for tree crop growers because many tree crops require a certain threshold of accumulated chill before the trees will wake up from their winter dormancy and start producing fruit. This includes stone fruits like peaches and cherries, and many nuts, including almonds, pistachios, and others. Next, we'll dive into a tool that allows you to project future accumulated winter chill, or chill portions, on your farm. This tool uses projected temperatures from multiple climate models and estimates the impact on winter chill at specific locations. The first thing you'll do is select the location. You can click on the map or type in the coordinates of your farm. You can also name your farm for the report. In the historic baseline section, you can select the range of years to use for the historic baseline data, which will be used to compare against chill in future years. With climate data, it's always recommended that you use a minimum of 30 years to even out the bumps and variability. So the default range here is 1975 to 2005. Next, you can select the Global Climate Models, or GCMs. These are the pre-selected GCMs are recommended priority models that were selected under California's fourth climate change assessment as being representative of California's possible future scenarios. Next, we'll select the future climate data to use. Here you can select the range of years for the analysis. Again, pick at least 30 years. If you're thinking about which tree crop or variety to plant right now, you might want to look at mid-century, such as the defaults, which are 1935 through 1965. If you're wondering what chill might look like in 50 years, you might select a range at the end of the century, for example, 1971 to 2099. Next, you can select the greenhouse gas emission scenario for the analysis. RCP 4.5 is a medium emission scenario where emissions peak at the global level around 2040 and then start to decline. RCP 8.5 is a high emissions scenario where humanity can't get its act together and greenhouse gas emissions continue to rise throughout the 21st century, resulting in even higher rates of change. Since we don't know what the future holds, the default is to compute future winter chill for both scenarios. In the next section, you can specify which month to start counting chill portions. The default is September because usually there's no chill portion accumulation until the temperatures really start to drop off. Next, we'll specify the number of chill portions that you require for your cultivar. The help page has a link to a website that allows you to figure out the minimum chill requirements for a variety of tree crops and varieties. This could help you determine whether a particular cultivar is going to be viable in your location in the future. The safe chill certainty level will be used in the analysis to flag the minimum amount of chill that you can expect in the future X percentage of the time. This report can be helpful because growers need a certain amount of certainty to have a viable business. The default safe chill level of 90% means that the report is going to show you what is the minimum amount of chill portions that you can expect 9 years out of 10. So if you want your trees to wake up out of dormancy 9 years out of 10, all at the same time, then you need a tree crop variety that requires this amount of chill 90% of the time for this model. Finally, we'll click on Fetch Data and Analyze. In the results, the first thing you'll see are the histograms at the end of the season accumulated chills for various years. I recommend that you skip this and go straight to the table below that's showing the same thing. You can see in the historic period that 90% of the time we're getting 73 chill portions at this location. Whereas in the future, what's going to go down to 48 or under 30 under the RCP 8.5. Again, this is a century from now, so that's when the temperature is predicted to go up the most because more time has passed. Next, we see some line charts that show the accumulation of chill over the season, with the black line representing the minimum chill requirement, which again in this case was 48. So as we can see in the historic period, we always go above that. But under RCP 4.5, the more conservative emission scenario, we get above that most of the time, but there are a few times when the chill level is not reached by the end of the season. Under the higher emission scenario, we're seeing less chill and it's also coming later. Finally, the last table is showing the percentage of times when the minimum chill level was reached. And again, we see that it's going down from 100% historically to 45% to below 45% in the more higher emission scenario. So 50 years from now, if the emissions scenario keeps going the way it is, then we may not expect to get 40 chill portions at the end of the season. And we may want to think about a different crop. I hope this was helpful and you can provide feedback to the developer of this tool on this website. There are many tools coming out for growers, so stay tuned. We'll be holding workshops in the future to help you pilot these on your farm and to get your feedback. Also, check out our online course where you can get into more depth into this and other tools. Thank you.
Well, there we have it, folks. That's the future. I think a lot of takeaways from that one there. Thank you, Natalia, for the overview. I think the one big takeaway there for me is we need to start getting our act together, so we don't all have to shift our peaches and cherries to yucca and prickly pear cactus. So, if you're interested in looking at fighting climate change through agriculture, I would definitely recommend you check out CalCAN, the California Climate and Agriculture Network. They're working in a number of ways to promote programs and state funds to help sequester carbon and help farmers transition to practices that sequester that carbon and reduce emissions. And hey, why not get an electric tractor too while you're at it? But in the meantime, things are changing and it's always good to be prepared. So thank you so much for that informative presentation, Natalia. That is it for today's lightning session. I want to give a huge shout out to our brave guinea pigs of this lightning session round, because it was fast paced, but I thought it was really fun. And I encourage you to check out every single one of these organizations. Thank you, Steve, Laurie, Saul, and Natalia. And we hope to check you guys. We have a number of other programs throughout the week on climate smart farming, on tools. We have a whole workshop on tractor selection to find out what size tractor you might need for your operation and what to consider when selecting a tractor, and a number of other really great programs. So stay tuned. We got plenty more ahead, and big thank you. We'll see you guys at the next workshop.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks, Evan. You did a great job.